Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a communication board. Communication boards can be used for functional communication. They could be used as personal schedules. They could be used as PBS. So how do we do that? You can do it in Microsoft Word. You can do it in Google Docs. I prefer to use Microsoft Word. Because here at Ingle Street, I don't have a special co-op designated Google site. So anything that I save in Google Chrome, in the Google Chrome drive or anything like that, you also want to make sure that it doesn't have personal information. You wouldn't want to save anything onto Google that has pictures, names, anything like that. So anything that you do, you want to make sure you're saving to your network here at Co-op. So to start this board, we're going to open up a Word document. We're going to do a blank document. When you open up Word, the orientation is usually portrait mode. So like if you were typing out a Word document, you would want it to be readable in portrait mode. However, when I'm making communication boards, I like to change the layout. So I'm going to go to Layout, and I'm going to go to Orientation, and I'm just going to change it from Portrait to Landscape. Okay. So communication boards have boxes, usually designated. They might be outlined in different colors to make them easier for a participant to see. It depends on the person. I'm just going to show you how to make a basic one. So in order to add some boxes here, what we might call buttons, I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to click on Table. And you can make these as big as you want, as big as you need to. You can draw a table. You can just insert a table and tell it how many rows and columns you want. You can also, it's 4 buttons that you need. You can also just highlight the first 4 buttons in the corner. Click Enter. We've got 4 skinny little boxes here. We're going to want to make these boxes bigger because we're going to insert some pictures. So over on the right hand side, you click on the boxes. There's a tiny little box here. You can click on that and just drag it down. You want to try to make the boxes even along the border. So now if you can see, we've got 4 even boxes with a pretty even border. So communication boards have pictures. For a lot of the people that we support, it's best to have actual pictures of things that they use, need, want, or desire. So if there's a specific room that they like to go to, you would want to have the picture of that room. If there's a specific iPad that they use, a picture of that iPad, a picture of their own personal lunchbox. If you might be putting a picture of asking for a food or drink in here. So you want to already have those saved in order to do this. You can take pictures on the iPad. We have iPads in each program. Take pictures on your cell phone and then email them to yourself. Just make sure that if those pictures include actual participants, that they're then immediately deleted off of your cell phone once you have them in your email for the project that you're working on. We don't ever want to keep pictures or videos of people on our phones. So I'm going to insert some pictures here. This is actually a PBS board for somebody at Ingle Street, and I've already gotten the pictures that I need. So I'm going to just go insert some pictures. So insert pictures from this device. And when you save your pictures, you want to make sure you know where they are. There's nothing worse than saving pictures from your email and you don't remember where you saved them. So learn from my mistakes. I always save my pictures in a specific folder under the person's name. So I've already saved them here. So the first picture that we're gonna need is this picture. I don't really care about the order that these are gonna be in, but I mean, if you care about the order that they're saved, that's up to you. Rename them. So I'm just gonna change the size of this picture because it's always gonna insert in full size. There's the picture. Okay, so I'm gonna move to the next box. Insert picture from this device. This is my second picture. These are our lovely nurses. And change the size. Make sure the boxes stay even. Move to the next box. Now you can see these boxes aren't really even, and that's going to cause some problems when I insert other stuff, so I'm just going to shrink that one down a little bit. Insert picture, this device. And once you sort of play around with this, you kind of know what you have to fix. And I have one more picture. So this is a 4-button board. So you really just kind of have to play around with it to get it in the right position that you want it in. So we have, this is the person's group area. These are the nurses in case he needs a nurse. This is the bathroom that he would use. And this is the relax room that he would use. So for this person, we really need it to be concrete. And that's it. I am also going to insert for this person actual sentences that the clinical department wants the staff to use with them so that we're all using the same language, which is super important. So sometimes you might just want the word on there. It depends on the person's reading ability. For this person, this is for staff use. So I want to insert some sentences here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to again go to insert. I'm going to insert a shape. I'm going to choose a square. And I'm going to just draw. Hold on. Let's try that again. I'm just going to draw a square box. When you use Microsoft Word, everything comes out blue. So you can change the color. I usually choose white. So you've got the box highlighted. You can tell it's highlighted. I'm going to right click. And I'm going to go to fill, and I'm just going to change it to white. And I'm going to do the same for all the boxes. So insert, shape, square, make a box, right click, fill with white, insert a shape, make a box, draw the box, right click, fill with white. And then what you can do is you can then insert again word art, I usually just choose the plain black and I will change the color. So I'm not going to type out the whole sentence because that would give away who I'm talking about. I'm just going to change what I want it to say. I like to use red so it stands out. And I'm going to change the size. I'm going to go with 20. And then I'm just going to slide it over and pop it in there. And that's really about it. You can do different shapes. I tend to just stay pretty basic. The pictures here, though, I do want them to be more defined. So I'm going to click on the picture, and I know the picture is what's highlighted because I can see there's dots all around the edge. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to Style, and I'm just going to put a, oh, careful with your borders. I'm just going to change it to that so it's a little bit more defined. Of course, now I'm going to have to shrink the picture down a little bit, which is fine. Okay. The last thing I'm going to show you is if you click on the box, now that I shrunk this picture down, if you click on the box, and again, this is different for people, they have different visual needs. For this person, he does best with a black background or a gray background. And I think for this one, I'm going to do different colors. So I think I'm going to do... I'm going to do blue. I'm going to do green for the room. Let's change the style here. I'm just going to click on the box itself. For the nurses, I'm going to make it red because that would be more of an emergent need. So I'm going to make it red. Shrink that picture down a little bit. It looks like a lot, and I know, like I know what I'm doing, but it's just something you have to mess. If you mess it up, you mess it up. You just restart. I mess things up all the time. You just redo it. Yeah, that one. Nope, that's the wrong style. I'm going to shrink this picture down. I'm going to change where it is. So up here, this is, you can change where the picture lays in the box. So if you click on the middle one, it's going to move it to more of a, oh my word, is frozen. You know, you just never know what's going to work sometimes. You get the idea. So for this box here, I'm going to change it to yellow, bathroom yellow. Make it a little bit smaller. Put it in the middle. And for the relax room, let's go with the dark blue. Okay. So this is going to be his new PBS board for when he needs to take a break. And that's really about it. I do already have some templates that I can share with everybody. I will make sure that I email those to everybody as well.